All right, so for a recap, you guys had been involved in the escape from the Green Dragon army, and basically had found yourselves into Caraxus' kingdom. Caraxus, if you'll recall, is the gargantuan black dragon, ancient black dragon that you kind of stumbled upon getting into this marsh as you were trying to evade Green Dragon army soldiers and mercenaries. And you come to find a rather friendly group of kobolds, presumably because of what you are, being dragons, right? They worship dragons as deities, clearly. They see you all as kind of minor gods of sort, or directly. And so, with that being said, you guys caught wind that a normal trade partner for the goblins, called Utebaba, had gone kind of silent and was even becoming aggressive towards the kobolds, presumably due to some form of stress. And so upon going and investigating the situation, led by the kobolds who traditionally go and do work with them, you found Utababa's lair, which ended up being some old kind of ruined stones that had all perched together to create a sort of shallow cavern that this female Eton had been using as a structure and as a main kind of home where she would go out and do her hunting and skinning. She was an expert leather worker, expert wood carver, and she knew the swamps and all of its creatures, at least the ones that she could harvest from. And apparently comes from a clan that's from this area, and upon going in there, you noticed that she had a lot of injuries to her. She didn't look like she had slept at all, and so a brief would have been combat, except that you guys expertly maneuvered your way through the diplomatic side of things, and ended up with her standing down and then even being excited as much as she could at her tired and semi-tortured state to accept you and your help. So it come to find out that there are a series of these strange insectoid reptilian creatures that you basically ended up killing after they were coming to presumably finish her off. They've been working on her for about a week, and that's where all these, they were able to launch spines, and she had this large stone slab that she was so desperate that she just moved it across to kind of seal herself in, and it still didn't work.
By it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's some unfortunate rolls with her trying to figure out how to get that and seal it off so that you guys could handle the situation, and then in the end you ended up taking care of them, destroying them, and even annihilating the queen that had come behind, and backtracking to where the lair was, and that's where you found. And you're going to have to remind me the name. So your character had gone off because you weren't part of the session. Right. So I just had you kind of go ahead, and you were going to go check the defenses because you guys had set up a couple of little more alarm system, and then you disappeared.
Right,
so what ended up happening to you?
My character's name is Ethelwania.
Ethelwania, that's right.
But I forgot who my kobold was.
Okay, hold on.
And my kobold was like a little ranger guy. He's like a scout.
Yeah. Alright, let me see if I have that somewhere. I have 4 different kinds of notes here. Here we go.
Because he's the
you
best
remember mine?
finder.
Because I thought I had it here and I can't find it either. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. I just can't find it.
I remember mine.
Yeah.
It was very
I do.
easy.
Let me see if I can find it. I have it.
Because Veeran's small.
I don't know.
Name's
I mean,
And that will be important later, so I'll have to.
I just made it.
Well, let me
like an
continue with
actual
the.
Oh, I actually think
Sure.
I
There
did
we
name
go.
a player. Sheet of her also.
So, oops. because I actually wrote down each of your tests that you tested the kobolds for in picking your champion. I have them somewhere. All right, so anyway, for your help, she agreed to basically construct some leatherwork items for you. I think one was like a sheath for your axe. There was a bandolier. There was different items that she was willing to craft from you, from kind of local, alligator, snake hides, that sort of things that were more utility, but things that would allow you to do sort of backpacks, if you will, and kind of place to hold items and store items that were custom made for you. And she could also do kind of the natural armors as well, and a natural shield for you if you desired. So you'd kind of be a non-standard dragon with some equipment and some storage capability if that's what you wanted for your item. So getting back to Ethwania, you'd been captured by these insects, basically overwhelmed, and upon searching the lair, they end up finding you and exterminating the remainder of the huge number of eggs from these creatures that were undoubtedly going to hatch relatively soon, probably within weeks, and then wreak havoc, absolute havoc, based on the number of eggs on the local ecosystem. So you guys end up rescuing him, going back, and we're going to kind of fast forward a little bit in the sense that, we're going to do the montage of her kind of taking you guys out individually and, getting you your items that you wanted. And then, so you have them now, helping you with the hunt, going through and starting to barter again with the kobolds, reestablishing that situation. And so we're going to say probably about a week has passed. And you guys find yourself back in the Caraxus's kingdom for the kobold village.
The Kruthic breastplate, is that something that she made?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
She would have made that. Yep, for you. So that was one of the things.
I got. What did I get from her?
She was
I think I
an
wrote
expert
down one.
skinner, and I can
But
give
you
you
don't
guys the
wanna
list of all
remember.
the things again that you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got what I wrote down. We get the Cape of Abjuration we're looking at. We're going to get back into that in the next session, and then the world exploded.
Yes.
I got a longsword out of it, and she's going to get me +2 medium croc armor. I believe that what I wrote down?
It gives a +2 to your armor class.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was armor. So you're going for armor.
Oh, yes.
I don't think
I
I
forgot what I asked
added
for.
mine.
So there's you may not have been there for that session.
I think I was. That
You
was
were?
my first, because I was the one that persuaded her.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Well,
You were, but-
there for the session before, but not the session that we fought the.
No, I
Yeah,
was
and
not
actually
there for the
negotiated.
fight.
Yeah.
I think I was there when we got the list for shopping, or
Okay.
like the
Yeah, I actually
picking up
didn't
the item.
get. I didn't get an item yet.
So you can get an armor, which gives you a +2, or
I
you
think
can
we
get
were
a
like
shield.
debating what we were gonna get me.
Yep, and that was the
I
one thing I
have-
was like asking, whatever you guys,
Do you have anything for like a backpack?
Yeah, she can get you a full backpack
I want a
and basically sling.
She doesn't really have anything for me. That's what I have here. That she didn't have anything for me, but she had the shield, but I didn't want it because I have a two-handed axe.
Mhm.
I think.
So she can do a sheath, along with basically some leather straps for protection.
Okay.
So it'd be a sheath for your axe and effectively like a couple of cross straps and some other straps that allow you to attach bags and stuff to you.
Okay.
And
It
then
won't give me
essentially
any AC or anything.
it'll give you a +1, I'll say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll definitely
Yeah,
do that.
Okay.
I
Absolutely.
think I wanted like light armor
Also
with
doesn't exist.
pockets or something.
So you can do
I
the same
asked
thing.
for.
So you can do the same thing that you just got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
And it could be a sheath if you have it specifically. Otherwise, it's just extra straps for, you could attach. It has like belt loops and stuff that you can.
Okay, and you said it was a +1.
And it's actually pretty well made. Yeah, +1 armor class.
So the back carrying straps, can I attach my chest to it?
Your chest.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and that doesn't count towards the backpack that she made for you.
Oh, what? No, yeah.
Yeah. It's separate. for the weight wise.
The window?
Like you don't have to use up the backpack slot for the chest.
Oh,
You
okay.
can strap it to other parts of the, kind of modular, if you will, in a crude sort of way. But again, she's a pretty actually skilled crafter
Okay.
for what she is. It's quite surprising, actually.
Did anyone write down all the things we identified? Does,
9 gems.
I think someone did. I
There
did
was-
not.
Somebody mentioned a cape just now, cloak of abjuration or something.
Yeah, that's all I wrote down.
Okay, so there was cape here. There's also a ring of abjuration, robes of abjuration, and a fancy bag of transmutation, which is
The fancy.
probably a bag of holding or something like that.
I think I wrote down the cape because we talked about I was going to take that if no one else wanted it.
So yeah, there's 9 gems, and eventually you'll be able to kind of figure this out. But it's hard because you're like, how much is something worth? But you don't know.
But
The
it's
kobolds
shiny.
would have no idea what it costs in the real world. So yeah, they're semi-precious stones, so they're not like diamonds or anything, but they're still hold pretty good value.
And what would I call the things that she's giving me for the +1 AC?
I would just call it maybe Baba gear. I don't know.
Baba gear.
For the gems, I wrote 50 GP each.
Yes, that's what they are.
Okay.
And there are 9 of them.
The bag, the robes, and the ring.
I did
Do we know
write
what those
it.
are? Or do we need to wait for Dubo to identify?
I'll say after 7 days, and you're kind of walking around, and the Mythis, if you recall, who's the diviner. She's the mate of the leader, who's Chief Tizim. She's able to identify the stuff for you. So, the cloak is a cloak of protection. The bag is indeed a bag of holding. And let me look up something else.
What is it that you put this here?
The ring is a ring of protection.
The unarmored defense.
I forgot that I
And
grabbed
the-
a large egg.
Oh, that's right, you
Oh
did.
wow!
I grabbed an egg.
Oh, the crisp.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Maybe it's good if we cook it.
Well, Utababa, you probably have to fend her off with a stick because she definitely wants to cook it, but and try it. And she doesn't even know if it'll taste good. So the wand, you actually also got a wand,
That's right.
and it's a wand of secrets.
I kill us all.
Is
We
that a
just
real
killed
item?
like so many of
It
them.
is a real eye.
If it really is that bad, we could just kill it as a
What
limit
if it crawls
but
into my ear and
I want to try to train it.
bursts my?
It says large egg.
You're catastrophizing again.
Says the wand has 3 charges. So the wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. If there's a secret door or trap within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points one to the one nearest you. The wand regains D3 expended charges daily at dawn.
So I find secret doors and traps.
Yep.
Good for invading rival dragon lairs.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then the robes are the last thing.
And I think you guys also should have found 12 gold pieces.
So you're not right now.
Well, no, you let her keep those. Those were actually hers.
Yeah.
When does he?
And what was the cape again?
This sounds like just some type of
The cloak,
Yeah,
cloak of protection.
cloak of protection.
Yeah.
The lance I have, are poison lance or vicious lance? Poison lance. Okay.
So what was the wand again?
wand of secrets.
+1 AC and saving throws while you wear the cloak. Uncommon item.
And these are items that Uda Papa gave us
No, these
Or
are the ones
the-
we found in the.
In the layer.
in the layer.
Yeah.
Can I wear the cloak with the armor?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So that brings my AC up to 21?
Yes, you can.
Damn.
Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Because it fills your back slot.
Nice.
And the armor is an armor slot.
I think I'm remembering now.
Would this ring even fit on any of us?
Yes, rings fit on you, and they will. What are we showing?
Just on the tip of our
Ornate
talons.
chest, knight's plate. Yes, the knight's plate is more for money. So they will
Right,
work-
that's my loot.
yeah, in that chest. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Displacement.
Because wherever we started was like some keep or something.
Yeah, and I assume you had put it in. Yes. You had put it in your little home that the kobolds provided you, which is basically a huge hollowed out tree with massive fungus for like kind of stairs going up it. One of you had a spider. A pet spider.
Yes.
Didn't clean it out.
Just keeping the bugs out.
I murdered it.
Yes, you did.
I murdered mine too because it had a lot of legs.
Yes. I do not like it. It will not be in my layer.
I think I had a centipede or something in mine. I was like, too many legs.
The robes of abjuration. Did we figure out what that was?
But that was the cloak.
The cloak of protection.
Cloak of
The
protection.
cloak of displacement or protection?
Protection.
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 So lots of useful AC items.
You don't,
Not that you guys needed it, but
you
that's what I
don't add
rolled.
anything to. So if you don't have proficiency in the weapon, you don't get to add anything for the attack bonus. It's just a flat 0.
For proficiency, yes, correct.
Okay, so if
You
I-
add your
But you
stat
still
though.
add your strength or
Your
whatever
strength
you're
or dex,
using,
depending
just
on
not
what
the
it is.
proficiency
Got it,
bonus
got it,
for
got it.
that.
Okay,
Correct.
so then it'd be a +4 because I don't have a proficiency in a longsword.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you decide to use it.
And
Maybe
now
you can spend that week
she
working on
has
it.
the egg.
Working on building proficiency, if that's what you want to do.
And
Yes.
we
You
finished
don't. I mean,
killing everyone from the cryptic
you might not
slayer.
know that I have the egg.
Uda Baba gave us.
I just told you guys out of game that I have the egg.
How are you hiding it? Are you leaving it in the forest or something?
It's in your mouth the whole
Yeah,
time.
you're like, I don't have the egg.
Tucked under my wing.
Uh-huh.
Just like Conan.
Yeah.
If you get scared, you might just squish it.
Yeah. Oh, dang it.
Yeah, I'll probably hide it in the
Hmm.
forest.
Then when you come back, it's gonna be hatched.
Maybe.
Shit, it's hatched and it's gone.
Well, then it's the only one. Who cares? It's probably gonna die.
They
You can give me a
self-reproduce.
nature check
Okay.
or an arcana check, I guess.
And
I'll accept
so,
either or.
Is Uda Baba good now with the cobalt?
She is. Yeah, during that seven days.
8.
Yeah. That's an egg. And you're like, I'll just put it out here in the swamp and put it in the forested area, you know.
That's fine here.
Be all right.
Cover it with a little bit
It'll be
of
all right.
leaves.
You found it underground, so if you leave it above ground, it won't hatch.
In water. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to be in water. You can like wedge it in reeds or something like that to keep it above the water. But yeah, it yeah.
I'll come back for it.
Okay.
Unless I forget.
I have a feeling you will forget.
Probably.
Well, it's been 7 days. So how are you gonna deal with the egg in that
Oh,
time?
7 days?
Yeah, I told you we're fast forwarding to 7
Oh.
days because it's basically like she has to go. She has to create each of the items for each of you. For a couple of you, she has to go out hunting, but she has places relatively close by that she's able to get like the crocodile or whatever. And again, you can choose like if I don't know if you I don't think you were here for this part, but you can choose between like alligator.
Oh, I remember that.
You can go with the insect creatures that we
Yeah,
just had.
we had-
If you want it to be a specific look, like if you want to be chitinous plates, then it would be from the creatures you just fought. If you want it to be like an alligator, it could be the hard back or even the belly. It could be anaconda. It can be whatever. So you can choose what it actually looks like.
I think you were saying that the insect armor has a higher AC, but it does the same negative as heavy plate with
Yeah,
stealth
so
and stuff.
I had it as chitin plates, and then like it would be large chitin plates. We had 2 of them, and then we also had scythe mandibles.
I'll just
Yeah, so people can
do
create things with
crocodile.
those.
I think I said that I wanted.
That's fine.
I don't like being loud, so I went with the crocodile too.
Yeah.
And what is Kruthic? What is that
Yeah, I
creature?
also went with crocodile.
What is it? It's the insect creatures you just fought.
And then
And
there's
then I had
no
written
Uta
DC 13. I don't know why I wrote that.
That was probably there.
It's the yeah. You had gotten a couple of their what was it? The acid? No, I have to look it up.
Yes, it was. You didn't get the acid.
Kruthic. Yeah, it was. So you guys, if I recall correctly, got a number of the. Gotta just find it here. Yeah, acid spray from the Hive Lord, they call it. So you got a couple of the. It should be DC. Where is it? Recharge. So you just have DC written down? DC 13?
Yeah, and I put it like up. I've written my new AC. I put DC 13 Kruthic breastplate. I don't know why, as if it had an ability or something.
No.
But I don't know why I wrote that. That's
Okay.
fine.
No, but I do think you guys got some of the acid, yeah? But if nobody has it written down,
Yes,
then...
we had 2 vials of
vials.
the acid.
Okay. Okay.
I kind of wanted to coat
You don't-
my axe with it, but I think we said no.
In your case...
You probably would not want to put it on the axe. It's more like a throwing.
Yeah, it's like a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe if it was like in the
I just picture you pouring it on your axe, going to take a swing, and it's just a stick.
It's, yeah. Where the hell did
Oops.
that go?
Exactly.
that's what we agreed on, that I would have no axe. But I was like, it's an obsidian axe. It's
Obsidian would probably resist it. I don't know.
acid.
It is glass.
Yeah.
And it's stored in a glass
It's
vial.
stored in glass, right?
Hmm.
It's not metal and it's not living material. I mean, the handle is, but you wouldn't presumably
I think
want to
that
get it on
actually
that.
might be safe.
I'd say if you really want to go that way, we could talk about it and we'll figure it out as case by case basis.
Yeah, maybe I'll just grab some from the vial before the
Because it is
Make
thicker,
it
calendar.
so it would probably work as a coated weapon.
That's what I
But
was
then,
thinking.
yeah, we can figure it out if you need to.
Since nobody knows the name of my kobold, I want to name him Cringer.
Cringer.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Very well. You can rename him. I mean, you are basically a god to him, so
Okay, cool.
I think you can manage.
Nice Cringer.
He's gonna be like, what? Of course.
Zilthor.
Yes, that is my new name, Master. I love you.
A modest
And I love
and
it.
unassuming kobold.
So the next day he's at town hall. God damn it, another name change?
They just keep changing our names.
He fits in my
When is this
backpack.
gonna end?
No, go in my backpack.
Not again! It's quite the aggressive gold dragon.
Yeah, acid does
But
not
you know,
eat
to
fruits
them,
and-
you are basically like an evil god. So yeah, it would all make sense.
All right. Now you can fly with me. I don't have to leave you here.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do? You do have, so at the very end of it, Utababa does come back, reestablishes contact with the with Chief Tizim, and then basically you're at the point where she's done her trading for a couple of pelts. She's got some of the herbs and some of the other things, and some food from the kobolds, and she is ready to sling her way back through the marshes and swamps to get back home.
Take care, Utababa.
Get that door
You
looked
as
at.
well.
Uta and Baba.
Uta
Yes.
and Baba.
Of course. It's a pleasure meeting you. Yes, it was. Please stop by anytime.
And I'm looking at my new stuff that I have on.
Yep, looks fancy.
Yes.
It's all tailor-made.
Tailored made for
Yeah.
me.
She
I
used a
feel
vine
one-
snake for the measurements,
So strong.
it's very accurate. You're like 5.5 vine snakes in width. So she's anyway. Now she departs, and there's definitely the all the kobolds in this village are excited to have you all back, but they give you guys your room to get back into your respective homes and your lairs. I will say, actually, it's more accurate. And is there anything else you guys would like to do while
What
you
shall
just
we do
return
now?
back?
Cringer, bring me my dinner.
Yes. And then goes back and bows, takes 3 rapid steps back, turns around and runs off.
Do you think these Kruthics might be somewhat related to the green dragon?
You can give me a nature or a arcana check. Since you're asking the question.
It's at a D20.
D20, and then you add your.
A 2. With, I failed, so it doesn't matter.
You don't know. I mean, to be fair, thinking about it, you don't recall any of them wearing any Kruthic items, like no chitin breastplate that some of you are wearing, none of the scythe arms or acid. I mean, and it's a poison breath weapon for green dragons, so no, and you have not seen any evidence that the two are connected necessarily.
Doesn't seem so, does it?
Udababa let us know about troubling matters in the region, namely the Queen Udala and King Veeran. Problematic neighbors. Queen Udala is a lion human, while King Veeran is some type of infernal creature. They seem to have gnoll-like beasts, hyenas that serve them.
Yes, and Korana and Eros are still not here.
Perhaps eaten by the dragons.
Oh no. Not like Korana.
Perhaps.
I doubt that they were eaten by dragons. They are too cunning. However, we should investigate these matters. Look them.
I'd rather not. Dealing with gnolls would be unpleasant. Best if we never cross paths.
But where do you suggest we should go?
Perhaps see if the dragon who rules here has any more guidance for us.
He has been very helpful so far. He has? Well, he's kind of mean.
He didn't eat you.
Yeah.
The giant black dragon that generally ate any visitors did not outright kill you, which Chief Tizim was super happy about, by the way.
I will talk to him again if it need be. Sure. Yeah, you do that. I'll stay back here, away from the team.
Yeah, same.
Such a timid red. That thing is huge. Typical. I'll do it myself.
He hit me with like half a breath weapon and I almost died last time.
I think it was actually just his breath, if I recall correctly. He just exhaled and just the acid there, like ate a part of your face. You're like, oh my god, why is this thing here?
If I hadn't rolled over and puppy dog guy, I'd have been dead. So I was just like, no, please.
Just a thing to look out for. A memory came back to me not long ago. I remember these Vikings that had invaded our lands. Humans with winged Viking helmets, a dragon's skull with a sword through it as the sigil.
And a Viking helmet with wings.
Well, what about it?
Well, if you see them, you should follow them. Find out more.
Well, do you have a feeling about the vision? Was it good? Was it bad?
It was terrible. They had raided us for years, every 20 years, like clockwork. The last time we prepared a trap for them, spider venom in the food. It worked, but somehow I got captured. I can't help but think that they're responsible. If so, they will pay.
You hear from outside.
What is that?
And as you guys look around and turn around, you see one of the kobolds with a horn blows it, and a bunch of the other kobolds are taking notice and starting to head towards your houses, but maintaining that perimeter. And but approaching you is Chief Tizim, and he comes up basically to where the perimeter circle is, bows, and scraping behind him or around him is your kobold carrying slabs of what appear to be maybe some like snake that's already been skinned. It's the meat, and then he has like a couple catfish fillets on here, and he kind of running up to that middle altar, if you will. And the altar is looking like it's hasn't really been upkept. Nothing, they had some stuff that they put in there, but after you guys left, so they hadn't been continuing to put things up there. But he runs up, moves off a bunch of the crap now, and there's tons of fly, a whole bunch of flies that explode up into the air, and then he lays down the meats for you on the table, on the altar, and then kind of bows off and slinks back a couple of times and sits prostrating, before the gold dragon, the evil gold dragon.
I'm gonna grab that. You said catfish?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab one of the catfish and throw it at the cringer.
Okay. He kind of looks at it. He's like, "For me?
Good job, cringer."
Oh, thank you. And he looks at it and he starts munching down. Chief Tizim does approach you guys, and he has his massive staff and with stone on the top, and looks at all of you and kind of nodding his head. Welcome back. It seems as though you've been able to help us in rekindling an old relationship that has recently soured with the Eaton tribes. This is most appreciated." And he kind of bows. For her part, Mythis she's just kind of standing off. If you're paying attention, she's watching him. She doesn't bow or anything in this case. She just sort of watches him at his thing and then kind of looks up at you guys. With kind of a curiosity and also somewhat of a level of concern in her face. So, to the north lies a kingdom of sorts. Ruins of an ancient civilization are ruled in part by an evil king and queen. King Veeran and Queen Udala have taken to raiding caravans that stray too close to the marsh, taking the same treasure that we would otherwise serve as rightful gifts to Caraxus. Caraxus asks you, lesser gods, to purge these false rulers from our midst. He says you can keep the treasure you find to build your hordes. Praise be. He only asks that you bring him a blackstone tablet that is rumored to be deep within this little kingdom. If it pleases you, we have a person that has recently been assaulted by this king and queen and their minions, and perhaps we can get her to escort you into this land. Is this something that you would be willing to do? Or should I inform Caraxus that this is something that you wish to not do?
What is this black tone that you speak of?
I don't know. It just seems to be some sort of tablet.
A tablet?
A blackstone tablet.
We have
not common.
seen
Most of the
this.
stones here are gray in color, not black.
We
I
can
would imagine-
search for this tablet.
What powers does this tablet have?
I don't know. King Caraxus is interested in it. Mentioned it specifically.
Do I sense any, is he trying to lie to me, not knowing?
So you can give me a insight
Insight check.
check for
Can
skills.
I knowledge also for the tablet? Like
You
either-
can, but it's going to be an incredible impress me check because he's not really giving you a lot of details other than it's made of blackstone and it's a tablet.
religion, arcana.
History.
No,
Okay.
that would probably be a 5.
Okay.
I'll do an insight also with him.
Okay. On Chief Tizim.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
14.
You did it on your own. I got a 2.
Okay.
Plus one,
See,
so
you're like, oh, everything's great. I don't
Yeah.
know. And whatever the opposite of the truth is what I will say is happening. No.
Wisdom. Actually, a 15.
A 15. Okay. He is telling you the truth. He is also curious as to why Caraxus has like he said, kind of thinking back on your conversation, like when he said you can keep the treasure for your hordes, like he was surprised. He's like, normally everything that's even remotely treasure goes to Caraxus. So to him, he's like, the emphasis on the tablet confuses him because it's a tablet. Why would that matter? And, so he's definitely like thinking in his head, and he's as confused as you are, but doesn't have any more information and isn't really keeping anything from you. He treats you guys as if you guys would know the truth if you were lying.
And what does King Caraxus think that we won't just keep this tablet for ourselves as well?
Did
They
you
don't-
see him?
Yeah.
They don't.
Can you
Little
say this out
gods.
loud? Please don't
I
do
take
that.
it as he just said it out loud.
Oh
so
my.
little.
I take
I'm
5
gonna
steps
glare
away.
at him. I'm gonna glare at him.
He
I'm
kind of
like dagger eyes.
So he looks around at all like the people that are like all the different not people, they're all kobolds kind of going and they're kind of like looking at each other. And he sort of
I'm
looks
also,
around
like, looking
nervously
at you like,
and
what?
he comes up to you and he kind of says, "Little god, I must ask that understanding how your hierarchy works based on age and size, Caraxus would not take kindly or at all to any form of deception. Kobolds in the past would have been ancestors, tried at times to withhold little trinkets, and were eaten and the trinkets taken, and their eggs smashed. No future for them. So Chief Tizim recommends that perhaps you can give me a persuasion check. If you want to try, you see he's like faltering. He wants to tell you something, but he's not sure if he would. So you can decide. You don't have to pull it out of it.
I want it.
Okay. I'll prompt you there. Normally I wouldn't prompt that sort of thing, but
I take another 5 steps away from him.
right. Yeah.
I'm just waiting
And
for
I'm
his,
like,
just a smite.
I'm just like pretending like I don't know what's
Dragon
going
and
on
hates
anymore.
everything
Just-
on the entire planet.
like, oh, there's
So-
a butterfly.
That's a beautiful butterfly. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Can I assist? Please speak freely to him.
Sure,
You know
go
you
ahead.
Can depend
You can-
on us.
You can roll, or you can an
It's a
assist.
6.
Does this roll a second time to see if you get higher?
Why?
Because
He's
I'm
assisting you.
Oh,
The moon dragon, one of the moon dragons, has decided to assist.
a natural 20.
Okay. Well, and since it's a natural 20, that will also prompt a flashback. So as you're like thinking and you're seeing the hesitation of this kobold and this leader, you recall a similar conversation. A conversation where you and the very aggressive female red dragon, that her name seems to escape you, but you've seen her before in your other visions. She is with dwarves, and they have no hair. They're definitely the clan, and you're surrounded by just this dark gray and then the ember glow of the volcano nearly active below you. You are suspended many hundreds of feet up, and you are on a side that is not well traveled by most of the larger of your kin. The large temple to Tiamat is kind of at your back and in the background, and then seemingly also is another temple behind it to Io, and you are standing there listening to her talking to this dwarf, and the dwarf is talking and is explaining to her that their surveying has yielded some results with regards to a strange mineral that they believe to be indicators of potentially a mithril vein. And with that, you see her peak her eyebrow, and she looks at you, and she gives this wicked grin outside of the vision of the dwarf. She looks back at him. She's like, "So, what else have you found? Have you actually found the mithril? You could tell me. It's an indicator of mithril, isn't it?" And you see the dwarf kind of looking down at the ground, and she's like, "You can tell me. I won't tell anybody. This can be our secret. But you have to promise me you'll give me my share. And my brother his share. This will give us a leg up with our brethren, for sure." And with that, you see the dwarf nods. "Yes, mistress, we have found a vein. We believe it goes into the heart of this side of the volcano. It does go down, but we believe we can extract it. It goes down into the depths. But you don't think you're telling me not to tell the overseer?" She says, "What do you think the overseer is going to do to you if he finds out? He's going to kill all of you and keep it for himself. I think you should continue to search and survey and let us take what you find and you mine, and we'll cover for you." The dwarf kind of nods. And from the back, as you're looking at this male, you actually see the face of Corana as she's coming. She hasn't been burned yet, so she doesn't have that big scar that's all on the other side of her body. She's coming up, and he's motioning for her, and as she kind of scuttles forward with her head down in submission, she kind of looks up to look at all of the three of you conversing, and this other dwarf continues to explain. "So Corana, we need to shift our focus. We will provide these masters with what they seek. They have ordered us not to go to the overseer with our findings, and we are going to be allowed to keep what we're able to mine while we're on survey duty. So it's going to be minimal, but we do have to provide them with their share." And she kind of looks up and she says, "So we're giving them half? How much am I giving them?" See his sister look up. She kind of has this grin, and you know something's up in her mind. She's either setting them up or something. She's done the same to you. You don't even trust her for anything. But then again, she is very conniving, and she might, if it truly benefits her, go with it. You're kind of thrown up, in your head, like, whoa, what is going on? But she does kind of look at you and sort of smiles again. "Yes, 50% should be fine." Corana looks and nods, looks at the man, and then she goes off and backs into the depths, and then we'll come back to the forefront where you are now with the kobolds. So the kobolds, the chief looks at you and Caraxus is busy. He spends most of his time patrolling. The Green Dragon army has been poking into the marshes, daring him to follow, as if trying to draw him out. We've been paying attention, and I know Caraxus has not been sleeping well lately, or at all. We have debated on going and offering our scouts to help in this matter, but for now he's using the creatures and looking through their eyes to help him as an early warning. But with him being so distracted with external threats, I think you might have some time with this item, as long as eventually it goes to Caraxus. Does that make sense to the young gods?
Yes.
Very well. Is this item in the swamp?
Right? Kind of like ignore when he's saying, just agree to him, just so he won't.
The chief saying that when we get the tablet, that we can study it and figure out what it does and do what we want with it, as long as we ultimately get it to Caraxus.
Yeah.
Does Caraxus know where this tablet is?
I got one.
Only that it's something to look for if you're able to clear the swamps of King Veeran and Queen Udala.
Yeah.
So
Because they're taking the caravans and stuff.
it's in their possession.
So that would be where I set the traps.
No, that was by Udababa's.
Okay. But it's still in the swamp.
It's in the swamp. Just
Totally
not-
different area.
Okay.
Totally different area.
Gotcha.
It's a big swamp.
Yeah, it's a huge marsh.
Like,
And one day when you guys get to
400 hectares or something.
it's so when you get to some civilized areas with some cartographers, I have a map for you guys of the entire continent. And there's beyond that. So yeah, that is what he says.
Mrs. You seem concerned. I would take her to the side, out of Chief Tizim's earshot, if they separate
Okay.
far enough. You seem concerned.
It's a move. We don't have. She kind of hesitates, but then it's you. I don't know that we should be fighting on multiple fronts. I think we should be.
I've breathed Radiant Flame to kill the bug that she tried to stop.
Sweet, yeah. You get it. I got it too. So.
Okay, sorry, I just read this in my notes. Your kobold's name was Dom, and he could make saddlebags with alligator skin.
His name's Cringer.
Well, you changed it,
named
but his name was Dom.
But he can make saddlebags.
He can make saddlebags with alligator skin.
Okay.
So, Cringer now?
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna rename him every week.
And is
Today
my
your
kobold-
name is.
Is my
he's
kobold
cultured.
with me? I remember that he wasn't with me.
That is up to you. So they weren't with you guys when you went to go see Utababa. Well, some of them were, and then they were sent off, right? Because the ones that announced at the Wania was there, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys had another one that had followed him, and then they both left because you guys were basically like, "This is really dangerous. Go back, keep yourself safe, whatever."
You're leeching my experience. Get
That's-
out of here, dude.
That is the metagaming answer, because they do take away experience from you guys if they are involved.
I call Silthor to me. Silthor.
It doesn't take him long. He's apparently has set up shop in a little nub of a thing, and he's digged down and created his own little hole that's right outside of your area. He comes out,
I need you
skitters in front of you.
to do me a favor.
Yes?
I must ask of you to go with the others of your kind, and I want you to find out all you can about this dark tablet.
Dark tablet.
And what does Caraxus wants with it?
Oh. Okay. You want us to go ask Caraxus?
Not ask him directly, because
Okay.
you will die.
Oh, okay.
But to go on a secret mission and try to find out as much as you can what he wants with this tablet, what he wants to do with the tablet, what is his purpose for having this tablet.
Okay.
And if this is not information that you're able to get without risking your life, then so be it.
Ah, most benevolent one. I thank you for paying dear care for my health. I have some places I may be able to ask. Perhaps some that have dealings with both of our peoples, the kingdom and ours.
Do what you can.
Okay, I see what I can find.
Very well.
So with that, Chief Tizim, who's off, talking basically to the others that remain. So, I should inform Caraxus that you have accepted this tasking and will depart
I accept
immediately.
his offer.
Of course.
But first, I can take you to Semil.
Is that who?
Semil.
How do you write that?
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
SEML?
Yep.
Wait, what? SC what?
Semil.
Semil was the one that had her gathering party attacked after they found a well-used route. She was the only survivor from that a few weeks ago. But that would give you the best option and find a well-traveled path of theirs. And you can ask any questions you wish of her. So if it pleases you, please follow me.
Can I follow?
what time of day is it?
We'll say it's probably like 10 a.m. or so.
Oh, okay. And so Mythos was just kind of concerned that we were spreading too thin with
Yeah.
two threats.
She's like, she's like, they're not messing with us right now, so I don't know that we should mess with them.
What have the relationships been like between your people and this kingdom?
Memphis?
Memphis, yes. Mythos.
Mythos.
Memphis.
Mythos. She's the kind of diviner. She's the oracle slash wizard.
She's the one with wings.
Yes.
Okay. She has wings.
She's the mate of the chief.
She's the one who was teaching me magic.
Yep.
You are
She's teaching
full
you
of
magic, and she's told us she likes. Yeah. So she's been talking with you guys.
Oh.
Really. They are strained. If we stray too far, some of our gathering, you'll find out, stray too far north, they get killed. And usually they'll send back one as a reminder that we've gone too far. But they haven't pushed the boundary. The boundary has remained. We strayed into their historical territory. But Caraxus is all-powerful and all-knowing, and he's very paranoid right now. He doesn't want that threat remaining.
Any trade that's been between your civilizations, or strictly arm's length? Just
No, we both historically have resorted to raiding nearby settlements for the humans, and
it's like humans.
and anybody else, anything else that strays into the swamp is certainly fair game. But we do historically reach out beyond the marsh and attack caravans. And this one was, we've been hesitant to do so because of our questioned boundary with the king and queen. Frankly, they tend to be much more powerful than us. But we are many. And we use our craft. They tend to be stupid. But still dangerous and feral.
Have you been blessed with any visions with regards to this kingdom or this tablet?
I haven't looked into it. I'm hearing about this for the first time now. But I will look into it as much as I can using the magical arts. Seeing what Caraxus grants me.
Very well. I know your attention has been scattered with the Green Dragon Army, but one threat at a time.
Yes, I wish we would be taking that approach. But we stand at the service of the greater God.
As do we all.
All right, and with that, Chief Tizim just starts, taking his big walking stick and heading back into the village, presumably heading towards this meal.
So how big is this snake?
The what?
The snake meat.
It's probably an 8-foot boa.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that in half. I'm gonna eat that. And I guess I'm gonna go. Who's talking about Samil?
Chief Tizim.
Cringer, do you know where Samil's hut is?
Yes?
Alright, let's go over there. Take me to Samil. I wish to speak with her.
I think Chief Tizim is heading that way right now, but yes, I take you.
I
Would you like to go a more scenic route?
No.
No? Okay.
The straight forward, the fastest route available. Cringer.
Okay. Let's follow them then.
So, Chief Tizim kind of wandering around, and a lot of the kobolds, they're some of them are still trying, like the younger ones are still trying to put their little 3-fingered hands on you as blessings. But for the most part, everybody's just kind of bows as you come within like 5 feet of them. Any of them that you do come within that distance. You eventually get to like any other, a nice little looks like a root component that's been hollowed out, like a lot of them. And you see a little flicker of fire coming from inside of it. And Chief Tizim motions for you guys to enter this very small area. You guys are going to be all very, very. In fact, one of you will have to stay outside. the size, or she can come out too.
Just my head and long neck. Just
Okay, yeah.
craning in from the outside.
Yeah, a little moon dragon.
I check the ceiling for spiders before I walk in.
Okay, fair enough. And you see a few little ones.
Okay.
Well, I mean, little ones like that big.
Yeah. I blow a puff of smoke at them and just sit down.
They freak out, fall down, and then like skitter out the door, right past your legs. Probably about 5 of them or something do that. And before you, with that smoke, you see a little old kobold kind of, and she kind of looks up at you and trembling. She takes kind of a prostrated position, but you can tell it hurts her to kind of get down that low with some form of or kobold arthritis. And she goes back and comes back, and she's,
I was told you may come and visit me. Smil, very grateful you come.
I'm gonna put my paw down on her head, and I'm gonna lay on hands for 1 point, and then let her rise. Rise.
she rises, and she's like continues to rise, and using her tail, she looks like she's trying to like get on her tippy toes, like she's trying to like float,
No,
but
speak.
she's not able to. And then she kind of comes back down.
Thank you.
And she does seem a little confused based on your color, but
We were told cold dragons are evil.
all right, so
Evil healing.
I don't know how much I can tell you other than where we were when we got assaulted. It was on so about a day's walk, and we were setting up to make some collections of some fruit that we were trying to harvest from the northern part of the grasslands just bordering the swamp. So there's some ground berries that we were trying to get, and we did see a caravan in the distance, and it got hit. There was smoke and the sounds of combat, so we ended up hiding, but it wasn't enough. There are these animals, kind of like small dogs, with spots, and they and then there were these human-looking things, and then there was like a mixture of the two, and they set upon us, smelling us out, and I was the only one to make it out from our troop. I did so by running, and that's what happened. But I remember hearing them say that this was their land, and that they couldn't let us live because we had found one of the direct pathways to the king and queen. That is what I remember.
Thank you, Simmel. You've been.
Where was this pathway?
The pathway was there was a large oak tree in the middle of the field, and that was apparently right around where we found the berries, and it was one of the places that the king and queen's people use as a marker on this path. I think I saw it. It's a slightly raised earthen path, barely big enough for us. More just a place to follow. We did not follow it.
The berries, do you have any? What kind of berries were they?
I was able to get a few before I left. Would you like to try some?
Yes, they only had meat. It was disgusting.
We have other options. I can
Always
help
give us
you.
meat.
Young god, I can help you. Oh, yes, over here.
And she like moves aside some she has this slime door that she opens up, and you can see all the string from the slime, so it makes it almost like a little makeshift cupboard. And in there she reaches in and she grabs a series of these berries. You see in there in the hole, it's pretty dark, goes a little ways in, probably about a foot or so in. And in there you see a couple of piles of different looking, some of them are berries, some of them are cluster berries. These ones are just large kind of, single berries but they're fairly big size. And she hands them to you. They look like they're kind of orange in color.
She's just storing loose berries in a slime cupboard?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and now that you're looking at it, you think there's actually a whole bunch of them. She has it set so that she uses this slime-like material to kind of, when she closes it, the slime kind of covers back up and holds the door open, or closed rather.
I watch where I'm stepping just in case.
Yeah,
It's
it's really super thick.
So I take I eat one of the berries and I take another one so that we know what to look for.
Okay.
As we're
Delicious.
Because she said there were berries close to that oak tree.
Yeah, it's like this big.
Yes.
So not terribly big, but it is delicious.
And I'll ask her about that slime. How does she harvest it, and did she come up with this innovative use for it?
Oh no, this is something that most of our houses have. Nobody has showed you? Let me show you.
My house isn't furnished. It only has a spider.
A spider web works too. If you keep them around, and I do keep them around, and actually they're a part of this. So she goes through and she goes out. She kind of hobbles past you rapidly, and then she's just looking on the ground, and she's like, "There's one." So you just look for the slime trail, and she grabs this giant slug, and then she goes around. She spits on it, and then walks in, and you see her kind of take her long claw, and she goes around this just the very outside edges of the spider webs, and then you see her take basically the slime, and she does a layer of slime, and then she puts the webbing in it from her claw, and then she does another layer of the slime, and then she says you just have to upkeep it probably once a week, but there are plenty of these slugs all over.
Very impressive.
And then she pops the slug in her mouth.
And she's pretty able-bodied, right? Although she's older. Okay.
She was struggling to get all the way down and then all the way up, but for the most part, she's moving around.
Just got lay on hands too. Right?
Yeah, she did. She is feeling much better from that.
For 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said she ran away from the gnolls. So
Yeah.
if she was hobbling, I wouldn't believe it, and there would be something else. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you can give me an insight check if you want.
I think I will too.
Yeah, I want to
I
also.
mean, she is old.
I want to ask Cringer a question.
How does she get out?
19.
An 18?
19.
19?
Ooh, nat 20.
And
You're like, not
Nice.
again.
No, it's fine. No. You remember, so your flashback. You are in a glade, a beautiful glade, huge trees all around you. And standing before you is an elf. And the elf appears to have kind of like a strange item in his backpack. You're kind of looking at it, and normally the elves don't come in this particular glade. You feel like it's not supposed, like, you kind of recognize the clothing and the elf and the species and everything, but like the fact that he's in this glade seems a little odd to you. And that's just like, feels like off. Something feels off.
Okay.
So nobody else is around, and you're kind of like, well, it's an elf. I'll go ask. I mean, those are our kindred. So and clearly it's from a clan that you know. And so you do approach this person, and you remember the elf looking back at you and acknowledging you, but didn't use the same kind of acknowledgement that you're sort of used to, and which also sets you off. So something doesn't seem right about it, and so you ask, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Is there something wrong? We know that the islands are under threat, and we know that the dragon slayers are back. I believe there's been fighting around the islands on the Alpine. What's going on?" And he looks at you and kind of looks around the glade. He's like, "It's just you here? I needed to warn the others, and that the humans are on their way." And you remember thinking, like, okay, well, yes, I am the only one, but you kind of caught yourself. You're like, "No, we're watching you from the tree line, and we're just kind of wondering what you're doing here." And the elf seems very confused, and as you're kind of looking at him, you see some sweat kind of beading him on, and looking for like things. These are not normal, and you can kind of feel like the heat from this person almost radiating from where you're even standing. And the person says, "Well, yeah, I just escaped, and I'm like I said, I'm coming to warn you, and something's wrong. I think they're headed this way. And so we've got to get all of you to safety." And something just doesn't feel right. And as you're kind of looking around, and the elf is clearly trying to read you too. It's sort of like, well, where's the others? We could use their help in fighting off this horde. And you hear no sounds or anything in the background. No sounds of combat or anything. Not that you would necessarily, because you're pretty far in. I mean, most of the wyrmlings are pretty protected in this glade. But you remember seeing this elf, and things are just not adding up. You're not sure what the deal is, but they're not adding up. And as you're kind of starting to sort of disbelieve, you see almost this like shift in the clothing. It's a very slight shift, and you see like the pointed ear kind of. It's almost like you blink and it was a rounded ear, and then you blink again and it's a full ear. And as you're looking, you're like, this is totally lying. This is a human. And like just this terror grips you, as you're not looking at an elf. They don't have the same mannerisms. They don't have the same anything that you would expect. He didn't greet you the proper way. Nothing's looking right. And with that, you're pretty sure that's an illusion. But you're like, I can't let him know that I know. And so with that, you said, well, where are they? He goes up and he says, they're just past the ridge line, and they're heading this way. they have a series of powerful warriors that are ready, and they have their dragon-slaying weapons, as well as their ranged weapons. Right on here, they have ballista, they have the catapults that are bringing onto the beach, and like, you don't recognize what a ballista even means. So you're like, this is like, these are new terms to me. I don't even know, and my people don't know what they are. Like, there's all kinds of things, but he doesn't know that you don't know, right? And so there's all these things that just paint this dubious picture. And eventually he says, well, how about you just lead me to your elders, and I will brief them myself, and then we can get this, we can provide an adequate defense for you young ones. And at that point you feel your voice crack, and he kind of looks at you, and you see he gets very skeptical, and with that he explodes out with a sword and swings right at your head, glazing your brow. You feel it cut deep, and you feel the wince of you, and you let out a cry, and you begin to just wail as you attempt to flee him, and all you hear are the footsteps behind you. And then we'll come to the current situation. So with the natural 20, she's told the truth about where she was assaulted, what she was doing. Mm-hmm. She is not telling the truth about how she escaped, and she knows a lot more. Something's about, like, as she's saying it, she's like looking down and like kind of shaking her head as she's saying these things about, like, I ran and I got here, I was the only one to live, and there's something much more to that. You feel, and you guys get the same. You get the same thing. So it's like, I want to be very clear, and you can try and disbelieve. Like, she is not an illusion. I was just using like the deception. It was more the deception for the flashback, and you kind of catch this sort of, she's not sweating, but she's giving off like vibes and the same sort of like, I'm not telling the truth, and it's something else is going on.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna let out a low growl and just kind of like lower my head.
I'm gonna say, it's very bold to lie to 6 of your gods in your presence.
What? I'm not lying. She looks right over at Chief Tizim. She's lying, and she's lying about lying. I'm not lying. I cannot tell you that she's telling the truth.
Ooh.
Oh.
I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. You need to tell. You may never lie. Lie? You better not have lied. Chief Tizim looks like he's trying to get his way, but you guys are all like packed in there. It looks like he's gonna whack her with the staff. I tell you the truth. The path, the tree, the berries, the berries. They taste good. Yes, they taste good.
But you did not run away on your own.
I ran away, and I was alone. When I got to the camp.
Did they let you go?
She's like freaking out. So give me I'd say intimidation in this case.
Does it look like she believes she's telling the truth, or that she's unable?
What was your roll?
I got a 15 plus 1, 16.
Okay, and then yours was like.
Mine was small.
Okay.
I had 19.
A 19.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay, so I'd say the three of you.
I got 12 too.
She is. She knows more than what she's letting on.
Okay.
And she's trying to conceal it.
Okay. So it's not like she physically cannot tell the truth. She's
I thought a
choosing to
spell
not.
or something.
Yeah, I was thinking like she's been
Bewitched.
She was saying the
something like
truth when she said she couldn't tell us. So,
Yeah, but that's your 20.
yeah.
They don't know that part. That's your nat 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe.
I swear.
I got a 12 for persuade.
Samil, this is totally unlike her. I swear. Little gods, let me have a chance to get her and get her to convince her to tell everything.
Seems like
This
she
is
might not
incredibly
be able to.
embarrassing. She's like, no, Chief,
What if we send the chief outside?
He's still outside. He's trying to get in.
What if
He's
we-
like trying to.
what
Are you
if we
like
keep him?
keep him outside
out.
and use you? Oh yeah, you can use your
Yeah,
wings and
and
totally
then-
block him out. I
Keep
mean,
him away.
for
'Cause
sure.
It sounds like she doesn't want to tell him.
Chief Tizim, perhaps a magical intervention would be useful. Accompany me as we go find Memphis and see if she can. There may be some magic warding her from telling the truth. Come with me.
Okay.
So either that's true, but either way,
I do have
Yeah.
Because that was a
detect
good
Because
magic.
you get what I'm putting.
Okay.
She doesn't want to say it in front of him because she's embarrassed.
Would I know if that would be able to detect
something
if
like that.
a spell was cast on her though, or is that just for finding objects?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
That's exactly what it's for.
cast detect magic.
Okay. Read the spell and let's go through this. So you cast a spell. She looks at you and she's just like, kind of like, she's gonna kill me.
No, just detect, not dispel.
No, I know. You
Okay.
cast the spell.
Oh,
Sorry.
I thought you said
You
dispel.
cast the spell. Yeah. Right. You cast the spell. No. You cast the spell, and she looks like she's like bracing to be like destroyed, and then she like looking at you from the side as she's like curled up along the wall.
Covered in slime.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes,
At
as
this
for the
point.
duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in that area that bears magic, and you learn a school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 foot of wood or better.
Okay, so you cast it. She definitely has an aura.
There was definitely something cast upon her, preventing her from telling us everything.
And you have the school, right?
Yes, the school of magic.
Enchantment.
Enchantment. She was enchanted.
Okay.
Does she see anything around those weird berries too? Are the berries causing anything?
Yeah. Do I see any like other magic auras in the room?
Other than these guys,
Okay.
no.
Okay, I was captured, and
I met, and you see like she said, "What? You were what?" Trying to hear from the side,
and they took me in and told me I could never tell where to find them and betray them, and I had to notify them anytime there was any kind of movement against them, and then I couldn't tell anyone about this. And you see her head, and she dies.
Oh shit!
Well, she should have waited for the mage.
She was totally intimidated.
So I was asking Cringer originally while I wasn't paying attention. Do you know where these berries are?
We find them occasionally on out in the fields. They like it wet and but they don't like it like soaking. So we go through the grasslands, and then you can find little open parts, usually on
Do
the
you know
outskirts
how
of
to
trees.
walk there, Cringer?
Some of them, I that's usually a gatherer's job. You should,
But
but
you're
that's
the
perfect.
finder.
Samil can find them, but I don't go with berries. Who eats berries?
Right.
Okay. Back to you guys. That legitimately
I'm
happened.
staring at Pritchard.
A headless, and her body just cringes
What
and
you
it's
said earlier
pulsing.
is just sunk in. I'm really upset.
So she's dead. There's no getting back from that. She's dead.
Her head
Yeah.
exploded.
Well, do we want to
No,
trust?
I need a bath.
Do we want to trust the direction she gave us then?
What happened? What happened?
Well,
Chief Tizim
the
was
directions were right.
Are we sure? Because she's
Yes. Yeah. No.
Yes.
He said that she was telling the truth for all that.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just when he said that she ran, that's when she lied.
She said she had to notify them on any moves against them. So, did she already notify them? And was that the result of the notification?
I would say no, and that's the result of the spell of her telling us.
Okay.
Speak with Ted. You gotta wait a few levels, but
Yeah.
get there.
I mean, she doesn't have a face, though. That's
She doesn't
kind of
have
an
a
issue.
head.
Let's speak of dead.
She doesn't have a head.
Yeah,
Chief
but I'm saying,
Tizim,
you need him now.
Chief Tizim will try and strength his way through because he's like, what the hell? What was that noise? And for a little guy, he's pretty spry and wiry. He's
I
able
want to try
to
to
kind
keep
of.
him out.
Huh?
I want to try to keep him out.
Okay. So a
I'm trying to
19
leave,
on a
so-
strength check.
A what?
19.
19? Oh, God. Ah! I got a 23.
You were able to keep him out.
You don't want to see this.
What happened? What happened to Samuel?
She's not okay right now.
Did you punish her? Samuel, I told you the gods never take kindly to lies.
We did not do this.
What happened?
She was telling the truth about not being able to tell us. She's been charmed, and unfortunately,
King Veeran are behind this.
unfortunately, the magic has killed her. When we tried to press for more information, she has
Magic
since-
has killed her?
But I don't think you should look in here. You should stay outside.
She was one of our most experienced gatherers.
Until this threat is resolved, I would advise that you instruct your people to have no contact with the king and queen. It appears they have magics that can coerce and force people to turn against you.
And maybe gather closer to home for now.
And you might also want to check other people to see if they've also been enchanted.
What are we looking for?
Perhaps-
How did it kill?
Perhaps a meeting in the center of town and your eyes could spot anyone
Yes.
else.
Yeah. That would, if we gather everyone in one area, I could just cast a spell once and just walk around.
Okay. So Chief Tizim, gets the hornblower to do his thing.
Dubo, do not be outdone. Dubo jumps in with his
He helps, and but it's much more musical about it, and people are like dancing to his.
You have the notification and then smooth jazz over here.
You guys call everybody in, and it's easy because there's not a lot of magic around here. You find two others that have, I would say, a similar aura. Random.
And
You see a hunter, and then another gatherer. We'll
I
say.
don't have any dispel magic, so I'm hoping Mythos does. Mythos. I couldn't remember his name. I'm so bad with names, guys.
Is right.
That's why I write them down.
Nobody's able to find Memphis.
Uh-oh. Okay, we should keep these two
Away from everyone else.
away from everyone else, kind of keep an eye on
Yeah,
them.
because you wanted to find her before, and the person came back and said they could not find her.
Okay. Quarantine those two. Keep them locked
What?
up. Do not
What is going
interrogate
on?
them.
What is
Don't
going
ask
on?
them any
And
questions.
Tism,
Have you lied to the little gods?
No,
he
no, no.
says, and they're like, no,
we have not lied to any.
Oh my god.
What
Bring
is
breath.
going
Bring
on?
breath on both of them.
Yep. Go to sleep. Go
DC 12
Go to
con
sleep.
save.
all right, on both of them,
Oh man.
a 4 and a 5.
Nice. Awesome.
They
I
are
don't know why
out.
you're so gentle with them. Send them to Caraxus for meals. Or Caraxus for meals. Retcon.
They are, yes, knocked out. With giant smiles, if kobolds can do smiles, I think they can. You like breath weapon, and they both like just instantly fall back right into the roots and all the leaf litter and everything that's there, and are snoozing soundly.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, punish them.
Chief Tizim says.
We take some
This is
slugs
what you get
and-
if you lie to the little gods.
He says, and all of them are like, ah,
I
and
just
they all
want to
start
put my hand on his head. Like,
he kind of goes down.
you should calm down.
Yes. Okay. Calm down.
No, he should have just that amount of enthusiasm.
Calm down. Everybody calm down, he says.
God, it's like the office. Stay calm!
Stay calm, all of you.
Yeah, but he after that he does kind of kind of step aside and kind of almost joins the group at the head, and then just looks to you to what you're going to do or say.
So quarantine these two, ask them no questions, elicit no responses from them. Keep them locked. Don't let them out of your sight.
I say we feed him to Caraxus now. He hasn't eaten all day, has he?
No, he is not. And he has not been eating well. They look like they're well fed. Gatherer and a hunter, very successful. They feed well. Yes. You want us to drag him to over there? We drag it. Hey! Brutus, come!
No.
I mean, he's just okay with doing it, so I guess we'll just do it. He's okay
dragon
with feeding
hands.
his own kind to Caraxus. I'm okay with it.
All right.
Or we could take them back and we can question them.
So the heads first.
Well, or we could try to dispel the magic before questioning them.
Or Caraxus could just put them out.
The seer is this is troubling.
Yes, where is
Tizim,
Yes,
where is
we need to
Mythis?
find
Does she have
Mythis.
a place that she goes to seek guidance or visions?
Yes, she has a couple places depending on what it is that she's looking for. Yes.
You did ask her if she had any visions.
Yes, I thought she might have.
And she said she was going to go consult. Where would she have gone then? What would she be looking for specifically what you asked?
Yeah.
We don't know. She is a blessed winged one. She is able to fly.
Dubo, and I launch him into the air.
And he starts flying.
Search for Memphis.
Probably don't want to fly too high, though.
Oh, true.
All right, and with that, he's kind of like, I don't even know where to begin. In his head, you can see he's like, but then he's like, all right, and I'll make a couple rolls for him. But
Tizim could share the locations he knows.
So check those places first. God, I feel bad for her. I wasn't
Probably put
expecting
a
her head to
limit, like a
explode.
time limit on it also. Like if you can't find her within a week, come back.
It's been 2 years, and I've not been able to find
It's
her.
not enchanted.
But I have my quest.
He finally comes back and we've all been sitting here like, oh, she came back
she
like
came back like,
5 minutes after you left, dude.
Oh, has 10 intelligence.
Okay, so he's like, not to come back.
and the others just snoozing. Do you allow the brutes to come in and drag them away? Because they're coming in. They're coming in because the chief did ask for them to come over, and they're starting to head over and grab the two kobolds that are sleeping.
I'm gonna stop him, but wait.
Okay.
Let's not
question them.
We should.
Chief Tizim, stay thy hand. Let's not be hasty. Caraxus is an ancient one. He can wait a moment longer to eat.
Okay.
Oh, maybe Caraxus could help us though with dispelling the magic.
Unless he's hungry.
Well, if he
Just
fails,
bring him
and
something else to eat.
if he fails to dispel it, then they're already there.
What if that's where they want him to be?
Oh,
That's true. Enchantment magic, not transmutation. Conjuration. Conjuration would be to see through them. So
It was just enchanted.
they're just compelled, I think.
We need to find more information about who cast these spells and why. We need to head north.
And we may want some protection for ourselves in case they're capable of turning us against each other.
Gotta find these berries to find the path.
So yeah, just I guess keep them locked under house and key type thing.
Okay,
We
we
need
can
to-
do that. We put them in the cages. where normally we keep the humans and stuff we find.
Ask no questions.
Chief Tizim, I would suggest that you separate them from each other, so they cannot explode their own. I mean, just do that.
Okay. Yes, of course.
And then he mentions for the two brutes to come around, and they drag him off and into some corner of the village where they have cages partially submerged. Right?
God, Tizim needs Xanax. Just a little bit.
Alpha, if you really want them to be fed to Caraxus, I don't have anything in particular against it.
I just need to win favor with Caraxus. I
feel
do
like we
not
should
wish to
definitely
be
question them.
bowed again.
My initial reaction had been, oh no, the poor things, they've been enchanted. But then I thought, she fought it, it's just that she died because of it. So they've been enchanted so that if they betray the instruction, they die. Is that correct?
Yes, but they're also reporting to them.
So they have turned turncoat.
They're pretty much spies, unwilling spies.
A little bit unwilling, but a little bit willing. Spy on us or we kill you. Okay, I'll spy.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
They're prioritizing their own well-being over the entire tribe.
That is a problem.
That's why they're prison. Until they're food.
I think going north to the swamp and looking for berries and hoping to find a raised path is a disaster. Let's try and get a little more information.
Where do you suggest we go?
Try and question the...
There was also a large oak. So
Large
those three
oak in a
things.
Is there any other groups of hunters or gatherers that have gone out and have not been attacked, but might know where those people were talking about?
Yeah,
Can we ask?
maybe.
Can we
There are groups. I mean, they're all, some of them are constructors, some of them are trap makers, some of them are hunters and gatherers. So you can ask the hunter and gatherers, and it's pretty. They kind of segregate themselves.
Yeah.
So you're able to sort of determine, who's who, and you can find some more because she was not the only hunter-gatherer. Her group was killed.
Yeah.
But there are other groups. Obviously.
Maybe they came across it when the other people weren't there, so they didn't.
So there's two other major groups that do it. Both of them believe they know what you guys are. When you give them those three, they think that they know what they're talking about.
So they can narrow it down a lot more than just north by
We
a raised
can lead
path.
you there. We're pretty confident that we can lead you. It's one of two places. Both of those places are in the same general area.
Okay.
All right.
Better
Lead the
than
way.
just go that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's go that way with a purpose.
Yes. It will take us out. The best way to do it is actually we just beeline it for the grassland that borders, so that kind of marshy area where it stops, and then use the grasslands right at the edge of the swamp to work, just because it's easier to maneuver. So if you guys are good with that, that's where they'll start leading you. So basically they're beelining it right for the edge, and one of them will come and lead you. The other ones have other tasking, but one of them said that they would be happy to do so.
Okay. And about how long has passed since he says like 10 a.m. last time we asked? How long has passed since then?
So I would say it's probably about 12 now.
12.
Yeah, so you'll get there about noon tomorrow with adequate travel.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a full days of travel.
Okay, so do we want to be traveling at night?
I assume you guys are going to take the usual 8 hours and probably do watches. At least the
Okay.
kobolds can't go straight, or
Yeah.
the one kobold. And they're gonna, he's gonna need to rest, but so you're just, and you guys actually need to rest too. So, yeah.
I just know if we get out of the swamp, we can't find that black tablet because it's in the swamp. But if
Well, we're not leaving the swamp.
We're going to get the tablet.
we're gonna go to the road to circumvent the swamp and then come back in through the north end of the swamp.
The road leads to the king and queen, who are the ones who have the tablet.
I don't think it's an actual
I don't think they have the
road.
tablet. I thought the tablet was lost in the swamp.
No, they
Caraxus is
they
under
have
the
tablet.
impression they have the tablet.
I missed that
He
part.
said, yeah. So when
Yeah,
you're
'cause they've been raiding
Yeah,
caravans.
he did say something about ruins, so I get where you're coming from. You said that most of the tablet was in the ruins.
Yep. Yes. All are not necessarily mutually exclusive, I guess.
Ah, okay.
You're not sure.
That the tablet was found in ruins?
Or maybe?
He said it was found in Swamp.
We need to know what those ruins are then. That might be very
Well, you guys have
useful.
already run into some ruins scattered here and there. Utababa's area is one of them, and it had some ruins. And then you guys,
the layers of the
That's right.
or whatever.
Yep.
And they had
you guys just
hieroglyphics.
didn't
was the
explore that
language?
too much.
What was the language on the ruins?
We didn't recognize the language. It was hieroglyphics. I think it was just like symbols like that we recognized.
Well, there may or may not
I
be
love your notes.
runes
They're so
on
organized.
the road.
Not really. They're actually a mess. I need to rewrite it. Yeah, it just says has carved stones in it with old hieroglyphic runes.
But that is the fastest way to travel.
Yep. Because if
So I
you
don't
could go
think
by a
we should.
swamp, they said they could, but it adds like a half a day travel. So he's just going the way he knows.
Does anyone know about the ruins where the tablet may have been found, or not really?
Are you going to ask him while he's leading you guys out? The ruins all over. I think once upon a time this area used to belong to some sort of civilization. I don't know. If you talk to the lizard men long enough without them trying to kill you or eat you, they swear they used to own everything.
If you don't mind, a brief detour to some ruin on the way. Maybe we can learn something.
Thinks about it. I think I can lead you to... yeah, I think I can lead you to one. Pretty sure. It'll be a little out of the way, but we can get there.
Is everyone okay with leaving before we've heard about Memphis? If she's okay, or... Because that means I also leave Dubo behind to keep looking for her, and that way I'll leave a message for someone to tell Dubo to bring me word from Memphis.
I'm concerned that Memphis has skipped him.
Why would she skip town? She's the chief's wife.
She was saying the whole thing like, oh, we should just focus on one threat. Maybe she was being coerced to encourage us not to pursue this threat. She had enchanted someone.
Maybe she was also enchanted.
Ooh.
Well, it's gonna be hard to notice on her if she's already magical. Because,
Yeah.
But she doesn't
She's
leave
not
town.
magic.
She's not a scout like they are. She doesn't
That's
go
true.
far.
She doesn't actually leave town much.
So she's probably
Regardless of who she is, we have a mission.
We need to go to the swamps.
Okay.
It's on to lead on.
Is there a way for the people with the kobolds to contact us if she does come back?
I mean, Dubo can just fly.
I'm sure, yes.
She may
He
be
can
able
find
to
you.
message us. Actually.
I'll leave Cringer to
Well-
let Dubo know that we have left.
She has magic, so if she comes back into town, you could tell him to, or we could tell our kobolds to tell her to message us or something, like a sending.
We don't have like a sending stone.
We don't have one.
No, but she may be able to cast a spell. maybe.
How power level? What do we think that Memphis is? Does she have access to third level spells?
Yeah. She's talked about dispelling magic before.
Okay. I think it'd also be best to let at least the chief know the general route we're going to take.
Okay, so you're gonna, so you'd have to send back, because I assume you guys are already starting to walk, and he's gonna, so you could go back and inform him. It's fine. Are you saying you wanna, yeah.
At least like someone there to know which direction we are going in case
I will
we
send
don't come
Cringer.
back. Yeah, okay.
Are we taking kobolds or leaving?
I'm leaving mine.
I was leaving mine.
Mine is already with the group, and I sent them for a secret mission.
I sent mine on a secret mission.
I got a secret mission for Duo. I just got. That's very interesting.
Mine's not really that
Cringer,
secret. You
head
already
back
know
to the
what
village
thing
and
is.
let them know that we are
Mine
going
was
to the
find out
ruins.
more about
You don't need Cringer's help.
If we take
Cringer,
care of
this
it,
is more
yeah.
important.
plans with the black.
yes, okay.
Extra fish for you.
Mine's
Mine
just
was-
watching my
yes.
house, making sure no spiders
Yes.
get back in.
All right, and with that, he runs off.
So,
Okay. So you guys go through and see this area of the swamp where it's kind of raised a little bit. So you're kind of stepping on this area that is very much like walking on the kobold land. You know how I said it's like a whole series of roots intertwined and stuff like that to create a kind of a false bottom, or so it's not earthy. It's actually just roots. This is very similar to that. But ahead of you, you see what looks to be a lot of, hanging plants and everything, but it looks very thick. And as you're looking at it, it appears to be a structure. And you can see lines, horizontal lines, lots of them, all looking like steps. Very close together, very small, and they seem to be going up into this stone structure. And it goes up into because here you're approaching the edge. This is like 3/4 of the way towards the edge of the marsh. So if you recall, all of the canopy got shorter and shorter as you got out to the edge. So as you got inward, the trees got taller, the canopy's much higher. So everything's kind of obscuring whatever the top of this structure is. It's not terribly big. It's probably maybe 80 by 80, but all stone, all carved, and yeah.
This is it. One of them. This is probably, there's a whole series of them, and they're all located about this far from the edge of the swamp, and they extend way to the south and way to the north, about a half a mile apart.
Yes, indeed.
Are they?
We actually sometimes will stay at the top of them to keep away from some of the creatures that prowl these parts.
The top of the structure is just flat, or is it like a watchtower style?
It's flat, but it's high. Probably about 40 feet high, and then it is flat, but it has sidings, and so we can actually create a little bit of a roof there. And the stairs are only on one side; they're right there. The other side just is a flat drop. I could show you. I mean, we could just walk around.
Ooh,
In this structure, what is it? again?
Wand of Secrets. We should use it in here. See if there's any
Oh, that is a good idea.
secret compartments or secret trapdoors or traps.
Lotham uses his
I got
wand
secret tunnel stuff in my head now.
a secret to reveal
Between two
any
dragon
secrets.
nails that hold the little wand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you grip it. Dragons can use wands for sure. Okay, so you activate that as you guys are kind of walking within the 30 feet or whatever. You're walking around. Or you could stand in the middle and activate it, I guess.
I'll draw my
Revelio!
Yours las luminous?
No, I'm drawing my lance.
Oh.
Yeah, it starts to vibrate. And as you're kind of moving it around and kind of pointing it in different directions, it does appear that there is, so like I said, so it's, lack of a better term, a picture like an Aztec, like half temple. So it's very small, like I said, about 80 by 80, 40 feet tall, stairs going up one side, sheer drops on the other three, and then at the top it has these two slabs of stone that jut up, and then so they can basically put stuff on top. So it may have had a roof of a different material, or maybe the roof was scavenged or was something else, but right now it doesn't have a roof. It just has an area that you can see, and it's right just above like canopy level, and actually as you get up to there, and with your guys' height, not the
It's a
kobolds,
ruin.
it's a ruin. It seems to be kind of like maybe like an Aztec-y feel to it, but maybe a watchtower of some kind. All stone. But as you're activating it, you go down into the corner and you see one of the stones that's there. And I mean, it looks like any other cut stone, but you can definitely see, unlike the others, it's actually a defined like square shape, whereas the other ones are slightly different and cut to fit in different ways. So that's one. You also see another one, a similar stone, the same at the other side. And then it appears that in the sidings, and the sidings that I'm describing at the very top of this structure are probably about, I would say, maybe like 5 feet thick. Like, it's not a thin stone. Like, they're in their own right. Like, each one is 5 feet. And then it goes in. You see what looks like another like cut in this otherwise massive slab of stone. But it's all like one, like it obviously hasn't been like used or whatever, and you're not sure how to open it. But the wand says that, and then that's it. And that's a charge. So you've used 1 of 3 for today. So you have 3 little things.
And so again, we found 3 different spots within the ruined room that vibrate with some sort of.
Just do a general investigation.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to press on one of those slabs. They're like slabs, right?
Yes.
Failing?
Can I press on
roll
one
a
of them?
9. So.
As Lothan's wand vibrates towards it, I
Intelligence based, right?
press one. I put my foot on it.
Yeah,
Or
investigation's intelligence.
Yeah.
11.
From the 11, you an investigation. You don't really see too much on the stone. You do see what appears to be maybe like draconic heads. Ooh. On the other, so on the flat, so you're like walking around while they're kind of on the top, like he's with the wand on the stairs and he was following it up, and at the very top is where those 3 hits were for the wand. So you're kind of, I imagine, you're sort of looking around as an investigation around the rest of it, kind of moving around, and 2 trees are basically like grown right on both sides of it, and that's what's kind of cloaking most of it, and why you wouldn't necessarily see it right away. But as you're kind of going around, you see these massive, like, stone dragon heads, all facing out with the mouth open, very Aztec motif, and that style of artwork, and kind of a squiggly tongue that's coming out of both of them, and it's like kind of facing outwards towards the grasslands. The other thing with that you'll notice is that the leaf litter around seems to have been disturbed. There seems to be drag marks, and with that you think you see a blood pool and pretty large footprints that dwarf your feet. 3-toed. But just blood. Smells a little bit. This is not on.
Is a trail of it?
You see, yeah, it looks like there was a drag, and then just blood remains, and these that are pretty decent sized.
Paw prints.
And how many claws do I have?
You probably have 5.
5?
Moonstone, probably not. Yeah, probably 5.
5 paws?
No,
5 fingers.
5 fingers
five
on
digits.
my claw.
I always imagine dragons having opposable thumbs, but
yeah, that's why I was like, how many do we have?
because they're dexterous, they can use items. They can do it. So I imagine they have
regular?
opposable thumbs. I think Council of Worms have opposable thumbs, or at least offset, whatever it is.
I'm going
what
to point
chameleons have,
out
I
the
forget what they're called.
footprints and the blood to you guys as well.
Oh, what did you see?
The little guy comes with you.
These giant footprints. They're bigger than mine. Look. And there seems to be some sort of blood pool.
With that information, I'd like to make a perception check.
Okay. Go for it.
The 15.
It's very quiet. Almost too quiet.
Okay.
There's no sounds of frogs, no sounds of crickets, no sounds of birds. And like I said, this is a pretty lush swamp. Not a lot going on. Maybe it's because you're here? I don't know. Give me a survival check, or a nature check if you want. Probably survival. Well, you can do either or. I will allow.
Eight.
Okay. No, you have no idea.
I guess I'm gonna walk up the stairs,
Okay.
avoiding the pressure plates or whatever.
So, going back to George, what was your guys? Your guy was trying to press on the plates.
Yeah.
They're pretty resistant, but as you continue, give me a strength check. You're able to kind of like wiggle it back and forth and kind of get your claws on the sides and like kind of wiggle it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And eventually, you find that you are able to push it down a little bit, but actually it comes up more than it pushes down. And it gums up and actually pulls out. And then when that happens, it has like a little bolt of stone that's actually been carved into the stone at the bottom, and it looks like there's like some sort of a wire or something that's in, and you hear a click, but nothing else happens.
Ugh.
Seems some sort of contraption here.
Should we try all three at once?
That's a great idea.
All right, you're gonna try the other one. So the other one on the ground seems to be the same size and same general position, just on the other side. The one in the side of it seems like a different layout, though. But you can still try all three.
Lotham, why don't you try the one that...
Yeah, let's try all three at the same time.
All right, strength checks for all of them.
I'll
Hey.
keep watch.
Do I have to do it again or no?
No, yours is good.
Nat 20.
Okay.
6.
So you're running, and you hear the footsteps behind you. You know that human's right on your tail, and you can hear him saying strange words behind you, but in perfect Elvish, clearly trying to get at you. He says, "I knew you did not have any friends. They're not here. You're going to be a wonderful prize for me," he says. And as you're running through, you're trying desperately to figure out where the hell you can even run, and he's like right on you. And you do know that there is a place with a waterfall nearby, and you can use your winged advantage to jump off of it and glide across. And you also know of a secret hiding place in the far side along the riverbank. That,
And how does he
assuming
know the
he's
secret
not,
hiding place?
she just knows. She remembers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She got
it's my, yeah, I got a nat 20.
So as you're running and galloping at full speed, every muscle in your body's hurting, but you can feel that adrenaline starting to kick in, and you hear the whapping of something being projectile thrown or shot right past your head, whapping through all of the leaves and everything. As you're continuing to run, and it's got to be around here, whoosh, and then everything opens up, and there it is the drop, and you hear this waterfall off to your side, and you just extend your wings as you jump off and fly off. You hear a slide, a series of strange words as the man stops at the edge of this opening that goes down into this river valley. And you glide down. You can hear a couple of whistles of things going past you as you're continuing to sort of glide and even fly, trying to go even faster. When you feel a searing burn and a slight impact on your side and in your chest as you fly down, and you can feel as if like water's coming down your chest and onto your hind legs, which just seems weird to you. As you land, you're searching and searching and searching for this, and you find the mechanism, the stone mechanism, and so you use your claws and you try and drag all your strength to pull out this stone, and then turn it, and basically shoves it in. And then when you do that, it has certain grooving that allows it to shove even further, which then opens another door into one of the antechambers for the Moonstone Dragon's layers that you know, and you basically enter it, and then from that side close it shut. But as you're looking, you see blood drops on the ground past you, and you're kind of like, wait, who? And then you look past you and you don't see any, and then you look down and you see a large arrow sticking out of your side, and you realize that the water had been blood, and it's all down your leg as you continue to close it. And you feel really odd, and suddenly just this illness, this nausea overtakes you as you're just about to close it, and then you blank out and only feel a thud as you hit the ground. All right, and then you pull it out just like the red dragon did, and it still has that other like that metallurgy cord or whatever it is attached to the bottom of this ring, and you pull it up and you hear another click, and with that all of you kind of stumble a little bit as a ramp like lowers down
He didn't pass
into
his
it.
strength check.
Yours is a separate thing.
Okay.
You two are what's required to do the trap door, and you basically see a bunch of dust kind of fly up as this thing just goes down a massive. It's not super massive actually. It's just a stone slab that is cut to be like it's different stones all, but it's actually one, except for these two, and then maybe the others are all kind of stonework. But this is one slab, and it basically slams down into a slanted area, and it kind of butts up to a wall, and it's pretty tight, but it looks like there might be something behind it, like in there. So you guys kind of slide a little bit.
Does it feel like if we let it go, it's going to close back, or?
You don't know.
Lotham.
Give me perception checks.
11.
17.
Perception is wisdom, you said?
Oh, much good.
11 as well. Wow, we've
14.
gone similar roads.
All right. Well, anybody with a 10 or higher.
Yeah.
I did
As
say
you
I
guys-
was
Oh,
keeping
really?
watch, so
11?
should
Yeah.
I roll twice?
No, this is something separate. So it's inside. You see the cords to a lever system, which has basically these rods that are going up and kind of propping open. And it seems like they have another pulley system where you can get in and pull it, and then it'll release it and push it back up into place and lock it. So it's basically like a trapdoor system.
So we can let it.
But you can go in, and what it does is when you pull it, it looks like it'll actually pull the stone, and most of the time, probably, I mean, it might take a little bit of finagling, but usually it should pull it back into place, then you can secure it.
Yeah.
So, and in here is interesting. I will share with you guys the symbology. Apparently, I didn't bring it with me, but in here you do see some of these other hieroglyphic style artwork adorning some of the walls. You also see a couple of gourds that are all like in the corners, and you see what appears to be kind of stone slabs that might be in the shape of what these humanoids might have used for like sleeping arrangements. You've kind of seen it a little bit before, but this is a stone version and not as high up and not on wooden stilts like some of the weird ones you saw in the castle. But yeah, it's basically what you see. And in here, you do find a strange-looking sword. And what appears to be a giant club that is propped on opposite ends of this room. and they seem to be tarnished, and there's like webbing and stuff on them and whatnot, but they're definitely there. So they are what looks to be like a two-handed Aztec club with obsidian teeth around the side, and there seems to be some gold inlay and stuff like that, if you're kind of looking in the glint as you're kind of inspecting these. And then the sword is actually what they call a khopesh, which, if you're not familiar with it, is basically the stats of a long sword, but it has like a sword blade that goes up about halfway, and then it turns into a crescent for the top part of the blade, and that's a khopesh. This is more of an Egyptian weapon, if you're familiar with that sort of thing. But those are the two items that you find down here, and both of them seem to be exquisitely made. That is what you find here. Gourds just filled with dust. Long gone. Maybe they were at one point water and provisions, but now are nothing. Pretty. I mean, they're cool made. You're not sure. I mean, they have artwork and stuff like that. Even the gourds do have, as you're kind of like maybe moving, off the dust and stuff and looking at them. They do have like that sort of motif where it's very, lined out in different shapes and patterns and different, figures and stuff. A lot to do seems to be more reptilian in the figurines and dragons.
And are they big? How big are they?
The gourds? Yeah, they're probably like that big, and they're all stacked, in the corner.
Based on what
the corners, all
what
four.
I imagined from the way that the ceiling is kind of opened up and there were steps up there, and the spacing of them north to south, half a mile across. Maybe the lizards worshipped dragons, and they at the top left like offerings, and the dragons would come and take their offerings. Is there any from the stories on the urns or anything to support?
Well, they're urns.
Could I help
gourds.
him with that?
Gourds?
Maybe I remember something.
Kind of like urns.
Okay.
They're fairly. I kind of consider them to be
People
somewhat
like-
synonymous.
I wonder if I could take one.
Could
Certainly
It's
can.
like a hollowed out,
religion.
dried out.
Squash or whatever.
Religion?
Yeah, you know religion.
Maybe
religion?
Maybe this will.
Yeah, or history, one of the two.
Maybe this will be valuable to someone.
It's a hard check though, because
Maybe to some of the kobolds or the
Oh,
lizards.
could I help him
Maybe
with
the
it?
dust inside his
not
ashes.
really. There's not. You can do your own separate one in this case, but it's like
That's
you
horrifying.
can't really help
Yeah.
him figure out if he knows something. You know what I mean?
I mean, I might know it too.
I know. That's why you'd roll separately.
Oh, okay.
Could I check for like traps or something?
It's a very small space, though. Just to be clear, it's not a huge space. It's very especially when the ramp's down. When the ramp's down, it's very small, and then you do see some indents where it looks like you can pull back some of the stones and even look out and see her, kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So-
I won't see that.
So sorry. Didn't mean to snoop.
They're gonna do the cartoon shower scene.
Yeah.
23 to the religion.
Okay.
Those are your perceptions. Like you saw all of her.
Dragons definitely have a very important role to play because you're seeing them repeated on the gourd artwork for the most part. The artwork on the wall focuses on the sun, the moon, and then the elements, primarily. So that's kind of what you see represented. They definitely have a religious feel to them, insofar as the stylized and how they are and how they're portrayed. But other than that, you have no idea.
Taking that information and going to so there's basically an opening in the ceiling of the room.
Until you close it, yeah. It's an opening. It's a slanted down. So right now you're behind the slant,
ceiling of the actual.
and you can see it's all stone. So it's the other stone parts that were the remainder of that.
So the stairs go up, not the slope part, but
Let me draw this
the
out for
regular
you.
room, not
I
the
think
secret
he's saying like the first room that we entered when we got into these rooms, where we found the stones and stuff, right? Is there a roof to that or no?
part. Is it open sky or was
Is
there
it-
a roof?
Which-
The
well,
The
before
first-
you,
So there's an 80
before
there,
we went-
remember,
yeah.
there's the two sides that look like they may have had a roof that could have been on the top, but it's been long removed. So it's just those two walls
And a staircase
that
going
are stone.
up. What,
I'll draw it
what
for
does
you.
the staircase go up to?
It just goes off to this planed off area with the two open sides. It's a ruin, so you don't know what it totally looked like, but
So there's only one staircase or ramp, and it's the one that we opened. Right?
No, but then there's a staircase going up that wasn't hidden, and that goes up to a second floor that is
Okay.
just open air.
Non-existent anymore.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was like a narrower thing, and then that was like a moon ceiling, like a moon hole for the sun and the moon to do something, but it doesn't seem like that's what it was.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom while he's drawing that.
this is a side view.
You're crowded. None of these are working. I need some good ones. Not 20. Me.
I took one of the gourds. I'll put it in my back, I guess. I'm a barbarian, so I have a lot of strength. I'm assuming I can carry one, right?
You don't have.
Yeah, does it?
He definitely has hands.
I don't know where I would. Maybe I could put it in my tail.
He has a two-handed
So
bat.
something like that from the side, right? So these are the stairs. This is from the side, looking, and then it goes up, and then this is that's the little thing that you had. That's the wall that's on the side, on the top of it, and then this is that trap door. And then you guys basically would go around, and then this is where that bed, the raised stone, would be for the bed spot, and then the weapons would have been in these two corners.
Wow, so it seems like a dragon lived here.
Okay, thank you.
I will tell you, George, it was really hard carrying this chest around all these weeks. I was like, do I carry like this? Do I carry it with a handle?
Oh, because you had a chest?
Yeah, I've had this chest since the first day. I'm like, how do I carry this?
And you just put it on the side every time we're gonna go battle?
Well, no, I hold it with one hand. That's why I don't have a shield.
I grabbed one of the gourds that are filled with dust, and I'm gonna take it with me.
Okay. Write it down in your sheet.
Is it something that I can do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with because you got the straps. So you could even strap it to. I mean, it might break if you get too violent, but.
I don't even know what a gourd is, so I'm gonna look it up.
Nope, like a squash.
Like a gigantic pumpkin.
Did you watch Naruto?
Yeah.
Image. Not George Gordon.
Yeah,
Ramsay.
like what Gara has on his back.
Oh, a gore.
It's a
No,
clay
not a
pot.
gore. It's a gourd.
A gourd?
G-O-U-R-D.
Like that.
G-O-R-D.
U.
Oh, okay.
So these are literally like a squash plant that is then harvested, hollowed out, and dried.
And dried like this,
Yeah.
You can eat.
but with artwork on it.
Oh, but it's open on the sides, right?
No, on the top.
On the top, it's just on the top. It doesn't
Yeah.
have a lid or anything.
So it's kind of like a base almost, but it does. Well, these ones don't. But yeah,
can
presumably
make it-
you could have one made.
The
Yeah.
Europeans would do it this way. They cut off the pretty part and you make it a bowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna strap it on.
Okay.
Basically,
I
natural cotton.
grabbed a gourd.
All right.
I was like, what are you strapping on?
That's
Sorry.
what you guys find.
I just locked
missed
it
a
up.
lot.
A giant gourd.
They are vaguely that shape.
And then the last trap, the last secret thing I was unable to interact with.
Mhm.
I'll show it to everyone else. Stumped on this one. Pushing and pulling doesn't work, but my fingernail kind of hurt when I did it, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright, what is it?
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna go up and What does it look like? The one that he's trying to
Just looks like a little
slab on the wall?
Yeah, it's like a little cutout, or it's like a little pressure plate or something cut into one of the walls.
I'm gonna try myself to try and get it open.
Freestanding walls.
Right.
Okay.
I roll a strength check for it.
He tried strength, but he didn't. I guess he didn't roll very well. Yeah, you could try strength.
12.
Okay.
So is it flat on the wall?
Yeah. Yeah. So you would have missed it otherwise. You see a little indent, but not much there.
Okay. I'll push it. Can I push it?
Okay. You try to push it, but with the 12, it doesn't seem to budge. It's not doing anything.
I
It's
roll
just-
an intelligence check to
Sure.
see if I can figure
This
it
one
out.
seems for a smart dragon.
13?
13. You have no
Zero.
idea.
What's 2 plus 2?
Five.
Stupid.
Okay.
Listen, I was so dumb when I
Can
was
I
in school.
intimidate it?
You said there's an indent, right?
Yeah. No,
What
it's
is the
like
indent
it's
in
like a
the
little like outline of the plate.
Okay.
Little
I
tiny
thought you
bit.
meant like maybe like a little
Mm.
something we
made
gotta
out
put
of
in there. I don't know.
Stone?
But
Seems to be.
We all are trying to push it, right?
I want a wisdom
Try
check
pushing it.
to see.
try
Okay.
pulling it to
Sure.
that thing.
It hit my
Does
fingernails
a
when I pulled, so I
19 get it?
Wisdom. Basic stuff. Maybe more of an intelligence check. Wisdom though. Yeah, so kind of like doing some basic like testing on what it is. Intelligence. Wisdom.
Wrap my head around it.
Um,
Between it.
something seems a little off about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Material-wise.
Yeah. I'm gonna try fire.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to breathe fire on it.
Fascinating. All right.
Yeah.
You breathe fire on it.
Yeah.
Melts away.
Yeah.
With your fire, it takes a little bit, but you're like blowing on it, and then you see it start to like go, and it starts to move as if it was glass that had been had a very small layer of something that made it look like stone. And with that, it melts away, and before you looks to be a horn in there,
I will.
and
Animal or
it has
musical?
like musical.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Musical horn, and it looks like there is some drumsticks in there for drums,
Oh.
and a little bag.
Well, these could go to your kobold. What's his name again?
Perhaps Dubold and Cringelord could start.
So it was a. So anybody write that down? It was a
Drumsticks,
Drumsticks and a horn.
and a little
a
bag.
musical horn,
That's
a
what's in the
drumstick, and a
little
little bag.
So
And-
I want to claim.
I don't know if I can grab the horn and just blow it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab the bag.
it
Don't
blows.
do that though.
I'm gonna take the
Oh.
bag.
There was a blood puddle in the room.
Exactly. Maybe it'll bring it out.
God, evil horn is just the shining.
Yeah, how fresh was that
The blood
puddle?
elevator.
Oh,
Very
I'm
fresh.
gonna-
Very fresh blood puddle.
Yeah, if you want to give me a survival check, if anyone has training in it, they can make a survival check if they go out and investigate. But they have
What's
to
in
go out
the
and investigate.
bag?
Survival.
So you do
I'm
the
not
bags,
proficient in
and
that.
it appears to be they have little coins in them, but they're a strange currency that you haven't seen before. They are gold, and there's about 30 of them in there.
Bag of strange
Put it
currency.
in my chest.
Okay, so you're like,
30 ancient gold coins.
yep.
Cool.
you put probably lizard sieve.
Oh yeah, lizard sieve.
Because otherwise you're gonna wear.
You are gonna blow it.
They're ancient.
You can.
I'm gonna do it.
I put that
Okay.
in strange horn.
The red dragon puts the horn to his mouth and blows.
No idea. Next time we
Give me a charisma check, or a performance check, or a
Huh, that's
cool
strange.
instrument, or an instrument check if you have any of that. Which you won't,
were
you don't.
weird.
Just give me a charisma check.
Which is okay.
Cocked. Use it. Roll again.
Welcome. I think these
All of
musical
it.
instruments might amuse your servant.
A
Kind of you often.
18.
All right, you blow it nice and loud. The kobold, for his part, freaks out. What are you doing, young master? What? No! Oh no! What is going on? Maybe quiet. No.
If it's there, it's the blow. Alright.
And with that, it's very quiet.
Okay.
And then you hear a echo through. Oh no! We go. They not follow us. They not follow us out
fast.
once we get past the swamp.
Do you
We
know
go
what
fast.
they are?
Yes. Yeah, Doracha. He says.
Soracha?
Doracha.
Kukaracha?
Doracha.
Dora.
Doracha.
Doracha.
Big teeth.
Big.
Okay,
Is it a
so
dragon?
Big
No wings.
No wings.
Stupid.
Wings.
But big.
Lizard
Teeth. Yes.
Lizard.
Big.
Dinosaur.
Bada boom.
I don't know what that is. Doracha. Let's go.
You never been to the crater of Chult?
If you guys want to give me a knowledge nature check, if you have it, or nature, based on his descriptions and seeing
I do not have
the
nature.
toes,
What
you
is
can roll
nature?
for it anyway. It's just
Okay.
intelligence.
Please.
Intelligence.
Wow.
16. Another.
This dice loves me
Fucking-
tonight.
I
Kidding
remember
me. Is that a 20?
dinosaurs.
It is another 20.
I got a
I've
nat
never
one.
rolled this high in a
And that one, oh no.
Yeah.
I got a
You lose a memory.
Actually, that's a lie. I
Okay.
did roll triple.
Yeah, you would say a good bet would be him
Is this
describing
your
a
house?
dinosaur of some kind.
You live here, right?
Based on what you saw, because this actually makes sense, you were actually looking out there. You're pretty sure it was not just one, but maybe a few allosaurs of the dinosaurs.
Whoa.
And your flashback is a different time. So this is a different time from when you were being chased by the human.
Failing gets another
Let me
flashback.
see your D20 roll.
I know, right?
Call me when the flashbacks are.
This chapter is going to be called Failing.
No, just this one's gonna be quick. You don't have to go very far.
Yeah.
So no, but
It's like, don't melt me.
especially being moon dragons, like you guys probably have your own like islands with, that you pride yourself, almost like a monster menagerie kind of thing, right? You guys, you remember there being an island that is almost lost in time, and as you're like thinking and you hear that roar, you've heard the roar before. And you're thinking about it, you're like, shit, and then it just like comes back to you. You remember being on this island, and it was like, you are always warned that even though there are animals are dumb and weaker than us normally, there are animals that are not to be messed with, and it's best just to avoid them. Case in point, dinosaurs. When you're older, you can engage with them, and sometimes we need them for spell components or other things, or we can use them as trained animals. But for the most part, you just need to respect the power of nature. And it was almost like a lesson and a sort of taking you to this island and you and the other wyrmlings to go in and kind of see nature at its finest. But you're pretty sure you're like, these are allosaurs, carnivorous dinosaurs. Yeah. And you've heard only one, but you're pretty sure based on the different footprints you see that there's probably at least two of them out there, if not more. And they ate whatever they ate it all. Only the blood remained. So maybe they're not hungry, but you don't know what this horn just did.
I feel like they're probably still hungry.
Does anyone need to take a long rest? Let's cozy up and.
I feel like we should definitely get out of here
Oh, okay.
as soon as possible.
Let's fight.
And they don't have wings, he said, so maybe flying
Low, but.
low, but like below the tree line.
run very fast.
I pick him up.
Okay.
I'll just carry him with me.
You guys are fleeing though?
Yes.
We lead them into the swamp. They'll fall. They can't fly. We stab them from the air.
For what gain? They have no treasure, no hoard for us to seize.
To feed the cabals. I'm hungry.
Alright, so I assume you guys are arguing about this while you're flying away. Okay. You guys, it doesn't take you long. At this point, you do reach the edge of the marsh. And before you is that stretch, the pretty big stretch of grassland with forested and mountains in the distance.
Did we see these creatures as we were flying away? Or okay.
I mean, we probably could have looked for them if we wanted to.
No. If we were gonna pass by, I was like, oh wow, and I know what that looks like now, so I avoid it.
Yeah.
I'm not really thinking about getting eaten today.
Loath my hunger for battle.
And I used up my 2 spell slots detecting magic on the.
They could have been
kobolds
ritual
earlier.
cast, but okay.
You are a valuable member of the party.
I mean, I guess yeah, they could have been ritual cast. I didn't do that though. At least I didn't say I did that. So.
Next time you'll have your spells for the Allosauruses.
But so glad.
Little lizards. No match.
So
for
glad
mighty
that
strength.
the gods decided to avoid that battle. We have plenty of other battles we can get into, I'm sure. But follow
Aren't you
me.
sad? You used your opportunity to show us your strength.
He's the gatherer.
Right. I do not know that I have strength.
Look deep inside yourself.
Where's the next location?
You inspire the kobold.
Look at your arms.
Min's is not strong. Min's arms very small, but Min's very quick. And Min's smart.
Those are your strengths.
Yes. Min's very good at hiding. Okay, we go.
And eventually you guys end up sleeping on the grassland. There's no real issues, though. You don't see anything in the distance, not even smoke or anything like that. No flying green dragons or anything today and into the night and into tomorrow. So you guys wake to a bunch of bird song and the flutter of birds as they're flying through trying to get insects in the grasslands. And the dew is all on the grass, and you guys awaken to a foggy morning, and the sun's breaking through. It looks like it'll break through eventually, but for now it's not. That's what you got.
Memphis. And no sign of Dougal.
Nope.
Nope.
Right.
But we've been moving away from the village.
I'm
this
both
whole
very
time.
fast.
I'm completely wrapped around my treasure.
Determined.
You're what?
He's
My
doing a
treasure
search.
chest.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gotta
sure.
get back
Swirl.
and realize
Mine.
we're gone and
Mine.
come find us though.
Right. You guys.
Because you didn't tell him we were leaving.
Dougal, I have this drumstick and these horns for you. Hurry up.
So now we just keep the swamp off to our right, and we head that way, which is north. And we're looking for the big trees. And there's a big oak tree, and then there's a big oak tree. Both of them have berries on the right, the outskirts, and there's a ring around them where the grass doesn't grow, but the shade from the tree allows them to get sun.
Berries like this, I show them the orange berry.
Yes, we call them cloud berries. Yes, very nutritious. We like to feed them to our young.
Are we playing with this? I don't know if it's an official D&D or whatever, but when to attune to, or if you spend the night hanging out with a magic item, you identify it.
You. I'd have to look that one up. Normally, you have to go and like detect magic, which you have, but you might be out.
I could ritual cast it still. I just can't.
I'll allow. It's fine.
Are the drumsticks or horn magical?
The horn is. The drumsticks are just masterwork made, like a masterwork tools or whatever. So if you do drums, they give you the bonus. But yes.
So just spending the night holding it.
Attune it. Well, remember you can attune up to 3 items.
Yeah, I know that's how official attunement works. I don't know where it is. I'll look it up in between games. But That's basically what I heard. That you don't need to identify. You can just hang out with the item.
I mean, if you attune
For
to
now.
it,
1
then
hour.
you know what it does.
So a short rest.
Yeah. But I don't know if like just hanging out with it without attuning would tell you.
Because when I hear the word attune, it's like, okay, you can attune to 3 magical items, and that's, it
Yeah,
has
but
the
you can
attunement
switch 'em.
period.
1 an hour.
But is that what it's called when you're just hanging out with a thing? You're like, is this magical? I'm attuning to it.
You just, take it out, talk to it, hang out.
You gotta spend
Go
like
get,
30
like, a
minutes
burger
with
with
it,
it.
just staring at it intently, like,
Yeah.
you're mine now! Attune to me!
Like in the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
What movie? That sounds great.
Wait, what?
Which movie?
You kidding?
Which movie is the attune to me?
Are you serious?
Oh, that's the Dungeons and Dragons movie when he was trying to attune to the and his grandfather kept showing
And
up.
time stopped for everyone else.
Yeah.
And
I just forgot that line.
I honestly
So-
forgot that line too, so I was like,
oh yeah, no, yeah. It was totally.
Attune to me.
It is
oh man, I quoted
the
something
equivalent
without
of
even
a
meaning
horn
to.
of Valhalla. Is equivalent of a silver horn of Valhalla,
Ooh.
but
Whoa.
it is it is called the horn of the sun.
Ooh.
Actually, this one will be silver. It's the horn of the moon, but it's equivalent of a silver horn of Valhalla.
Does this?
And it has that moon motif, which I will share with you guys later. And it is made of silver. Like parts of it do have silver. All tarnished, but
Tarnished?
yeah, it's all tarnished right now.
Yeah.
It's been forever. And it's silver. It's
Um,
magic, but it's
Sorry, sword and club were
plus
magic?
1 items.
okay.
One's a great club, the other one's a long sword equivalent. In the form of a khopesh. I always forget what the Aztec clubs are called.
You mean the ones with teeth?
Yeah, they have like the row of their teeth, or this one is obsidian, but yeah. I can't remember.
The horn is good.
It's not axolotl, what's that?
Kind of.
No, that's a.
It can only be
That's
used
the axle,
once per
yeah.
week.
Yeah, that's a
But
amphibian.
still.
Oh, I cannot
It's
pronounce that word.
mectalot. No, I
That's
can't remember.
close. That's close.
Something like that.
They put that in like all their stuff.
They do. All right. So after searching, you eventually come to the first tree, which is smaller. You do find the berries in a ring, just like it was described to you. Decent size, they're very low berries. And but you don't see a raised path or anything that was described before. So it must be the next one.
Next tree.
Yes.
And it's a tree of berries, correct?
The tree is not. It's their ground level berries, but they're around the
tree?
outside of the shade of the tree.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but not in the grass, because the grass keeps them out. So they're a very small ring of them, apparently. All right, and then you guys make your way and find probably another hour or so. You see the large tree kind of erupt, and the sun is now burning off all of the fog and starting to evaporate the water droplets off all of the grass. And before you is a very large oak tree. And you guys get to it and look around.
Did we travel through the night?
Mm-hmm. No, you didn't travel. You slept through the night.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is you're basically at noon, so you're right around the full
So
day
she
mark.
should have her spell slots back.
Yes.
Now. Cool. Okay. Make sure. I thought
And
about that.
sure enough, it's small, barely big enough for a kobold, but there is a slightly raised earthen path, like a vein almost, on your wrist that just goes, kind of squiggles by and goes into the marsh.
This seems like it might be the right place.
You said raised path.
It's like very like inches,
Yeah,
but it is an earthen path.
They did say slightly raised earthen path.
So maybe like 4 inches raised off it. So it's very, like you wouldn't see it from very far away, but you knew what you were looking for, and it's definitely noticeable when you walk across it.
Do we see any like recent signs of travel or anything in or on the path?
Survival.
Oh, I suck at those. Oh, but I got a nat 20.
Oh!
Nice.
So I'm really bad, but I found
for
this one.
your red dragon. You are on the side of a barren, rocky mountainside, and there are switchbacks carved below you. And looking up it, you see dirty dwarves, all with pickaxes and shovels, marching their way, and they're marching right by you, and you're kind of posted up on this switchback, watching them as they come, and you looking up to see your father, who's standing at the very top of this false peak, as he's looking down at the quarrelers. The dwarves coming back from the quarrel. Their mining, their day of mining was long, and they're basically checking back in to do their thing and sleep for the night, so that they can continue to improve the coffers of your clan.
Okay.
And as you're kind of looking though, you realize you're just almost out of boredom looking at your feet. You notice another sort of hidden path, almost like another worn area of where some creatures may have walked recently, along the side heading behind you. And you're thinking this is a little weird coming right off of this switchback, but as you're looking at it and you're like, no, that's something, because it's going all the way and it kind of snakes back, and then it goes behind like the side of a ridge, and so you decide to kind of go explore what's going on. And as you're following it for quite a while, you realize it goes into kind of the armpit of this mountain, where it goes into this almost cove, if you will, of stone, and in a rocky outcropping, you see what looks to be a platform beneath, and the worn area appears to snake down and do its own couple little switchbacks, much more crudely made than the ones you guys have allowed to be carved into your mountain. But you go down and you see all these footprints. They look to be dwarven size. Some of them small, some of them medium size. And as you're coming down and sliding down, you hear a dwarven voice, female. Is that you? Darn, is that you? Are you coming? Darn? And Darn. You're like, who the hell's Darn? You don't, now that you're thinking about it, you don't know any of their names. And you're not sure if you care. Maybe you do. You're not sure. I'll let you figure that one out if you care or not. But you're definitely not supposed to care for your culture.
Yeah.
And you come around the corner, and to their horror, you see wide-eyed a family of dwarves, including little children, standing there, and it looks like they've carved a little hole that goes deep into the mountain. You're not sure how deep, really. And but as you're kind of looking at these footprints all over, it reminds you of the footprints that you see now, that are all over. Not dwarven, they're not the same shape. They're definitely much more of like maybe slightly bigger than dwarves, but some of the footprints seem cloven. And you see other ones that look to be a very small canid, you're not sure, like a dog or something, you're not sure. So it's kind of a mixture, and all of those are recent. It looks like they had some of them have pooled up water from just some of the rain or whatever, or some of the water that came from the previous night. But you definitely see what appears to be fresh footprints that have gone out, but have not yet come back towards the swamp.
Okay. Good to know. I relay that information to the group. Not my flashback, just the path.
Okay. It is 10 o'clock, so I think what we'll do now is we'll stop there. Not no major combat or anything this session, but it is what it is. Lots of learning and lots of other things going on. So, no, wonderful game though. I had a lot of fun, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's it. Any questions or anything else before I start the long process of packing?
Well, we could do stars and wishes. I only have stars to give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I loved it. It's really good. Caught me very immersed. Wrote a lot.
Embarrassed? What did you say? Embarrassed?
I learned.
Oh.
No, I didn't say embarrassed.
I know. That's why I was like, what? No. It was great.
I like how much detail you put into the
I wrote a lot.
flashbacks and stuff.
Well, we're gonna
I
build
really
stories
like
for each of
those.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping that horn. It seems like we can summon it eventually. I don't know if we're in a fight or something. We'll probably be able to summon those things.
So the horn, for those of you who didn't look it up, once per week, once you use it, you can't use it for a week, you can summon, the original horn was to summon angels from Valhalla, so this is going to summon some type of
Creature.
moon warriors or something.
Yeah. Presumably, it is different, but it is that feel to it for sure.
And
All right. I'm
I
gonna
just
stop
want
recording.
to also tell you, without the Baba gear, because I have something called unarmored defense.
Okay.
So it gives me a +2. Does the Baba gear also stack to it?
No.
Oh.
No, it's
Eric,
It's
Eric
considered
was
armor.
like, it's just strap. Okay.
It's considered well. So here's the thing. I will allow you to take off the extra straps to remove that if you want the unarmored defense.
Of course, because then it won't make
That's
any
fine.
sense.
No, that's fine. So if you just want to remove that part, then it's just the straps and the places that you can put.
And do I still get a
items.
+1?
No, you wouldn't get the +1 from the armor, but you get the unarmored defense bonus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I was like, damn.